When I retired, I just fell into politics. I started paying attention more of what was going on in my community and found myself going to speak to the commissioners and talking on behalf of my community because I'm aware of what's going on out here in rural Thurston, and that's where I live. I've lived out here for 27 years. I'm a retired in-home care provider. I have served Washington families for 25 years. And now what I want to do is serve Thurston County for 4. I've worked as a state worker, a stay-at-home mom. I had a homestead for 13 years, growing food, canning, preserving animals, you name it, we did it. And I've also just been a worker, a hired employee. So I feel that I best represent the people because I am the people, and that's why I'm called the People's Candidate. One of the things I want to do is fund the Community Renewal Fund. I was researching the other day, and there was 0 in that fund. I want to bring in counselors for people so that they can learn about doing small businesses. I want to create a renaissance in mom and pop shops in this county so that the people that live here, that are living at poverty and below, have an opportunity to start growing and thriving again. That's what I want. I want to uplift the people. One of the things that disturbs me about Olympia, what's happening down there, is that the development is being done top down like usual. I mean, what we've grown into is allowing long-range planners, stakeholders, developers, finance people, money people to make all the decisions. They don't engage the people that live there. The people that live there get to join the conversation at the end when it's already been decided, already been mapped, already been beautified. I call it sterilized of the people and how they live. So for me, cities, towns, neighborhoods, they need to be grown from the people. The people need to be engaged first and asked, how is it that they see things to happen? And then that's where we begin and carry that forward and find a way for that to happen. It's an organic way, and that always leads us to the right action. We can't afford more fees and more taxes. We don't have a foundation of economy to do that, okay? We can't build on retiring baby boomers like myself, on returning vets that are wounded and homeless, on the homeless, on students that are carrying debt, on service jobs, on state worker jobs. That's no foundation for an economy. In '08, that prosperity that we had was built on my lifetime and all the people that are my age now retiring. That was robbed in '08. That's gone, and we're not going to build it back in a minute. I speak to environmentalists, and I love nature. I mean, I lived in the wilderness for 13 years, beyond the power grid. So I love nature. I love everything about it. But I love people, and I put people first. So when you want to protect the environment, the way that we're looking at it today, it's as if we've compartmentalized the environment has become this noun and that we must do something to protect this thing, when the truth is we are the environment. Everything that we do, how we live, we're not separate from the environment, nor are we separate from the animals that live here or the loss of animals. The very fact, the way we look at protecting species is that is that we feel like guilt or shame or something that, oh, we've destroyed the earth, you know? But no, this is a signal to us that the earth is living and it is moving and it is changing. And this is telling us we need to get up and move with it if we intend not to be one of those species that are left behind. Oh, the Mazama pocket gopher. I found it laughable when I heard about this the first time way back. The idea that we can spend, that it's worthwhile to spend $151 million over the next 30 years to protect a gopher it's just ridiculous. It's not even common sense. But the way we got into this is the problem, and it's why I'm running for commissioner. One of the reasons why is that I saw our commissioners open the door to the federal government, invite them in, and give them the power to create the ordinance, to create the protection without any input from us, the people, without any input from them. I mean, basically going, here, you do it for us. That's what got us into this mess. And I want to get us out. That's not a good, healthy place to be. And I don't appreciate that we have federal employees working for the federal government in our county. Right now, this is a consequence of this pocket gopher thing. Right now, the cities, Rainier, Tumwater, Olympia, they have been given, right now as we're speaking, have been given the Habitat Conservation Plan, which is a total rewrite of what we once had as far as protecting the environment. And the rewrite has come because of this whole gopher thing. But they have to read this hefty document 2 weeks and approve it in 2 weeks. And I've talked to people that are plied with this challenge, and they are like flabbergasted that they're even being asked to do this in 2 weeks' time. It's ridiculous. It needs to be slowed down. It needs to be looked at closely. We need the people involved because they haven't been yet. In 2008, the county started a program. They were told by the state that they needed to mitigate septics on the shoreline. All counties that have shorelines had to do this. So they started the Marine Recovery Area program where they went and inspected all the septics on the shoreline to make sure none were leaking or there were no problems. So as a result of that, those homeowners got a fee on their property tax. So now, 8 years later, they want this program to continue, and they're charged to figure out how to finance it. So they've decided, out of an arbitrary notion of fairness, that the way we can finance this and keep everybody employed and keep this big, lovely program going is to charge every homeowner with a septic a fee. So there's 53,000 septics in Thurston County that they are now planning to charge an annual fee that will bring in nearly $3 million every year into the county budget, and you get to pay that because you own a septic. I want to say just one more thing, that this fee, what it's based on, is that it's based on current operational fees, current marine recovery fees on those homeowners, on operational fees for septics, pump report fees that the county gets every time a pump report is filled out, transfer fees, so like if you sell your home, you have to pay a transfer fee, and then they threw this one on, shellfish protection fee. So all of this just got made into a nice little plump little apple, and now you have to pay for it. Title 26 was the first issue that I got active about. And what it was doing that disturbed me is that it was applying civil penalties to land use. That disturbs me because civil penalties are a misdemeanor, therefore it is criminal, which they kept denying, the commissioners kept denying, but it's a misdemeanor, it is criminal. We incarcerate so many people, right? And we know that. It's constant. So that was the first main issue for me, but they did adopt this after 8 months of struggle and another 4 months of letting it sit. They finally just overrode all of our input and adopted it. So now what this means, this is the most dangerous part for homeowners because most homeowners don't know this. If you go in to do a home improvement, say you want to put new vinyl windows in your house, if you have any past violations, maybe your house was built in 1962 and there's something about it that isn't up to code. If there's anything like that, then what they will do is they will survey your house and they will say, you have to fix that first before you can do your improvement. Now, that kind of fix could be costly. What if you have a dilapidated building on your property and the county decides that it's time to condemn it and now you need to clean it up? So you have to go the expense to clean that up before you get to do your little addition of your porch or fixing your windows or whatever else it is. And I want people to know this because once you go in and they come out, they are now going to look, and once they look, now you have to do it. You have to remedy, and if you don't remedy, they can levy a fee on you, a daily fee for 30 days, from $250 to $500 a day, accruing daily, if they don't like how you are cooperating or not cooperating, or whether you have the money to do this now or not. And that's how it is. Title 26. You know, that's the big question. Can we reverse the gopher habitat ordinance? Can we reverse Title 26? Can we do something about the septic fee? Can we slow it down? And that's what I need to learn all about. I need to get in there and dig through all of this and see just how to do it. I would imagine it's not something that can happen straight away, but over time, there's probably a procedure that we need to go through and we just have to step through it. But I feel certain that there will be 2 votes on all of these issues that will retract some of these fees and roll back some restrictions so that people can thrive. So I am the unknown candidate. So that means that I'm the one that's going door to door and knocking on your door. And I want you to know that this is one of the biggest joys that I have in running this campaign. I love it when I come to your neighborhoods and get to speak with you and get to see who you are. You're my neighbors. You're my friends. You're like family. I love the people. And I'm here to serve you. I want to serve. I'm stepping up. I want to take my turn. And I want to uplift you. I want to make life better for you. And that's why I'm running, just so I can have the experience of being a part of seeing you do better. Thank you so much, all of you, for your support, and thank you for your vote.